Alright. Today is gonna be a weird one. I fucking fell asleep like it's 6 p.m. when I got home from work. So now it's 2 a.m. Shit. Sorry. So yeah, today's just gonna be a weird one. I'm gonna stream Dune this morning, and then around 11:30, I think I'm gonna hop off stream to play some Battlefield. I don't want to stream Battlefield because I'm not really sure if I'm even gonna like it or not. So I don't want to have just one Battlefield stream and then drop it forever. You know, I'd rather just play it, see if I like it first, and then decide if I want to stream it or not. So that's kind of what's gonna be going on today. Alright. So, quick explanation of some stuff that happened off stream. I was trying to build up in this spot here, which is where the base was last time you saw me live. And while there's a no build zone next to that little cave right there that I had my subfief right up against, as soon as I tried to do a second vertical thing, I ended up like hitting this thing's no build zone. And I couldn't like go any higher than this right here, which was an issue for the build I wanted to make. So I just moved over to this area because the only no build zone is a small square for this thing right here. So I'll be able to build up higher now. And along that. But I'm still in the process of building. And right now I'm trying to figure out how to build this fucking tower, but I'm running into a situation where I keep losing stability as I go up.
Gather round, fair listeners, as we join our story on the eve of destiny for 3 young lives. 3 faithful aspirants.
I might have to restart this because I'm not entirely sure. I had to look at a couple of building grid
at the War
layouts.
Gymnasium. A test that will challenge their training, their courage, and define their future as defenders of House Atreides. Our story begins on the Armatura Green at the Cala City campus of the Atreides War Gym. It is here where the finest young aspirants are honed into noble House troops. Shields up! Shields up! The honor of House Atreides rests on your shoulders! Defend yourself! You can't serve the Duke if you're dead! Among the recruits, 3 stand out. Taran, a farmer's son with unyielding determination. Lyra, a skilled sharpshooter born into poverty. And Aemon, a 5th-born Atreides cousin, striving to exceed the lofty expectations that come with his name.
I won't let you down, Lyra. I've trained too hard to fail now.
Keep your focus, Taran. We'll get through this together.
Come on now. We've got a real chance to graduate top of class.
But Taran, Lyra, and Amon are not the only ones vying for the top spot. Another group of cadets, led by the arrogant and cunning Aiden, has been their main competition and antagonists throughout their time at the war gym.
Well, if it isn't the Golden Boy and his peon patrol. Tell me, Amon, how does it feel to coast on your family name?
Shut up, Aiden. He's earned his place just like everyone else.
Oh, Lyra, you're still here? I guess your folks found someone else to milk the goats. It's not worth it, Lyra. Focus on the test. We'll show them all what we're made of.
As the aspirants ready themselves for graduation, only the final test stands in their way. A grueling 2-day endurance race to the summit of Mount Sayubi, known as the Peak of Valor Challenge. Ancient tradition states that the aspirant team planting their flag atop the summit
need all that space, though.
will be named top of class.
Come on, keep it up! We're almost there. Just a little bit further.
Watch out for that loose rock!
As Taran and team near the summit, Lyra's footing gives way, and she slides roughly to a ledge below.
Go on without me. Plant the bloody flag.
Alright, 1 second.
Not happening, Lyra. Atreides leave no man behind. Hang on, Lyra. We're coming.
Meanwhile, Aiden and his group are hot on their heels and seize the opportunity to rush to the summit.
Come on, you maggots! Dig deeper than you ever have before! We're almost there! Yes! We did it! I told you those losers didn't stand a chance.
Thank you, guys. I'm sorry I slowed us down.
Don't worry about it. We're a team, remember?
Despite their best efforts, Taran, Amon, and Lyra finished second in the challenge.
We may not be top of class, but we
I'm
did right
definitely
by
gonna
our
need way
friend.
more space than this.
Nothing will diminish that.
The day before graduation, Taran and Lyra ventured into the lecture hall to return a borrowed tome, when something strange caught their eye.
Huh. That's strange. The light's on in the Commandant's office.
But we just saw the Commandant on the green.
Then, who's in there? Aiden, what are you doing here? None of your business, peons. I was just leaving anyway.
But Taran had noticed that Aiden slid something under his shirt.
The Commandant's code book.
What about it?
Aiden just put it under his shirt.
We have to tell Amon.
Amon, you won't believe what Lyra and I just saw.
Aiden is a thief. He stole the Commandant's code book from his office.
My older brother quizzed me before. I thought it was nonsense at the time. He was asking about a possible Harkonnen infiltrator in our aspirant class. I thought he was just giving me a hard time, but yes, Aiden is the infiltrator. He must be.
But what are we going to do about it?
Leave that to me.
Alright, let's move all this out of the way. I'll put it in my buggy's hangar I
The
built.
graduation ceremony is a grand affair, as the Commandant presents deployment orders to the well-deserving class. Called to the stage, Aiden and his group walk triumphantly up the aisle, expecting to receive top-of-class honors.
I told you, fools, who would end up on top.
Aspirant Aiden, you and your group are hereby charged with espionage and treason against House Atreides.
What? No, this is a misunderstanding. Unhand me!
And since this is wartime, the Articles of Canley are clear on the sentence. As for the rest of you, You have all proven yourselves true warriors of House Atreides. You have earned the right to wear the Duke's coat of arms and uphold the responsibilities and traditions that come with it. Stand tall, for you are the future of our house.
As Aiden and his group are led away by military police, Taryn, Amon, and Lyra rise together with the rest of the class, proud and vindicated.
We did it! We actually did it!
It's not about the accolades. It's about doing what's right.
And so, with hearts full of pride and the weight of their ancestors' legacy resting upon their young shoulders, our young guardians go forth as true soldiers of House Atreides.
I guess all that's left for us to do is unseal our orders and see where we're bound.
Wherever we go, I just hope we're together.
Shall we open them at the same time? On 3. 3, 2, 1.
Arrakis.
That's it then. We're going to war.
Join us next time on The Young Guardians as our heroes continue their journey, facing new challenges as they uphold the legacy of House Atreides. Until then, remember, honor and loyalty are the true marks of a warrior.
Oh, this is gonna be so annoying. But once this tower is complete, it's gonna be worth it. getting tired of running back and forth in there.
Ever wonder what it's like out there beyond the safety of the city, where the sand shifts and ancient secrets hide beneath the dunes? Well, let me tell you, there's more out there than spice and sand. The Wastelander Chronicles takes us into the life of a scrappy young scavenger girl and her family as they brave war-torn battlefields, hunting salvage and other buried secrets. Stay tuned, because this is one tale you don't want to miss. It's the Wastelander Chronicles, brought to you by O'Gary's Imports. O'Gary's Imports. If you want it, we have it. And if we don't have it, we'll get it. Join us now as we journey to the blistering sands of Arrakis, where we follow the adventures of the O'Gary clan, a pioneering family of salvage experts, as they scour war-torn battlefields and crash sites to discover their next great haul.
Hey there, everyone! Welcome back to the Wastelander Chronicles. I'm your Badlands Scout, Sally O'Gary, and I've got a crazy story for you. It all started when my dad announced a surprise salvage mission. It was just after sunset. Dad had spent all day, as always, minding our storefront and listening to the space traffic controllers going about their business on the community. I always tease Dad and ask how it is he can listen to those encrypted channels, and he just shushes me and tells me to clean my guns. But this was the day Dad's patience and extra-legal community receiver paid off. He overheard a distress call from the Leopoldus, a light freighter carrying machine parts out of Bella Tagus. Now, you might be thinking, Sally, what's so darn exciting about machine parts? But in the salvage
Alright,
we
we're
learned that a
gonna
ship listing
just
machine
shove
parts
it
on
in
its
there.
cargo manifest could be carrying anything from precision lasgun barrels to cybernetic eyeballs, so it's worth the trip. Of course, Dad's not the best with his numbers, so it was up to Mom to triangulate the coordinates and plot our course to the crash site in the minor Erg. As always, when we piled into Clovis, our vintage 68 Chome Landmaster, Mom reminded us of the grim dangers waiting for us in
Let's
the
get rid
desert.
of a couple rows, and then we
Slavers,
will start the
cultists,
build from
and
there.
of course, the old man of the desert himself, the great sandworm. When we finally arrived at the sector our coordinates were within, we hid Clovis under a tarp and moved in on foot. As always, it was up to me and my little brother Coda to scout ahead and look for danger. Now, you might be thinking, Sally, that seems like a grown-up job. Why would you and your cute little brother be sent ahead to scout? The truth is, we rely on that cuteness to lull our enemies into a false sense of security. Then, we kill them real good. Coda can separate a man from his jewels in less than 2 seconds. I've seen him do it. But after a whole lot of dust and nothing, we finally came up upon the coordinates marked on our map. And what do you know? The crash ship was nowhere to be seen. Of course, Mom and Dad immediately set to arguing about it while the rest of us fanned out.
You're an idiot, Finn O'Gary. Don't you dare blame my calculations on this fiasco. I should have listened to my mother and entered the sisterhood. At least then, I'd be married off to a man of consequence.
You wouldn't be married to anything but a mop and bucket. Instead of kids, you'd have hallways to clean. And you know those witches got a lot of hallways.
What do you know about the Bene Gesserit? You don't even know how to add.
I know one thing I'd like to subtract.
Hey, Mom and Dad? Look what Phaedra and Bree just found.
While my parents were bickering, my big sisters, Phaedra and Bree, had uncovered a hatch in the ground, beneath layers of sand and scree. It took some cutting, some prying, and a whole lot of cussing, but my dad finally got the hatch to open to reveal a ladder going down. Dad led the way, his glow cutting through the darkness as we descended for what seemed like an eternity. The smooth ladder shaft was marked with ancient warning signs in a language that Phaedra said was Proto-Galactic, whatever that means. Dad said it meant that the place at the bottom of the ladder was a part of the old empire. Finn Jr. said they were around a really, really long time ago and sent their scientists all over the universe to very cool stuff. Dad said finding their old stuff is our family pastime.
The fate of the O'Gary clan has always been tied to remnants of the old empire, whether it was back on Hagel or right here on Arrakis. Look at how we're drawn to one of their facilities without even knowing it was here.
When we finally got to the bottom of the ladder, we found ourselves in a small antechamber. That's when Mom noticed a series of small, almost invisible switches along the wall. With a little bit of trial and error, we activated the mechanism. A screen flickered to life, displaying a map of the facility. Dad examined the map and explained that we were in an auxiliary substation, built to support nearby old Empire eco-labs with technical matters. This was very exciting for Dad because it meant that there were even more testing stations out there just waiting for us to find them. But for now, we had this substation before us. Mom figured out where we were on the map. It seemed we had entered through an emergency escape tunnel, but when we tried the door leading back to the main area, it wouldn't open no matter what we tried. Dad began to despair, but Mom kept her head and found us another route back into the complex through a twisty utility duct. But there was a catch. The utility duct was incredibly narrow, too small for any grown-ups to fit through. This was my moment to shine. With a quick pep talk from my mom and a promise to be careful, I wriggled into the tight space, inching my way forward. The walls closed in around me, but in true O'Gary spirit, I kept my cool, determined to reach the other side. About 30 meters in, I felt a tug on the safety rope tied around my waist. It had reached its limit. I couldn't go any further unless I disconnected it.
Sally, you're at the end of the rope. You want to come back, hun?
I can't turn around here. It's too tight. I'll have to disconnect and keep going.
Are you sure, Sally? That's an awful risk. We won't be able to help if anything goes wrong.
You didn't raise me to be a coward. What does Dad always say that Owen O'Gary is for?
Is it obnoxious? I thought it was obstinate.
No, you sillies. It's audacious. I'll be fine. Just keep a lookout for trouble. I unhooked the safety rope and kept pushing forward, fingers crossed that the passage would lead somewhere. The angle of the duct meant there's no turning back. If it was a dead end, I was surely a goner. But hey, what's an adventure without a little risk? I think I can see something up ahead. It's an access hatch. Here's hoping I can open it from inside. I made it!
Alright,
The
we'll go with
access
this one.
hatch opened onto a huge chamber, lit by a soft, eerie glow. It was a real treasure trove of ancient technology, preserved perfectly through the ages. I had found the mother lode. After marveling at my discovery for a spell, I managed to backtrack to the escape tunnel where my family was waiting. Now I understood why we were never able to open that door. It was blocked by an ancient power loader. Fortunately, the control fob was still in place, so I was able to move that great beast away from the door.
Honey, are you okay?
I'm fine, Mom.
Where are you going, Finn? Our daughter almost died, and you're more interested in salvage.
She seems fine to me. More than fine, in fact. She's spectacular.
Our daughter or the power loader?
Let's see.
Can't we be excited for both? This is a VK5000 powered work loader. The last exosuit to come off the Venhold assembly line before the company was split up into Combined Mercantile and the Fold Space Shipping Company.
Do you mean...
Yep. The predecessors to CHOAM and the Spacing Guild.
Wow.
After the excitement died down, we carefully extracted as much as we could carry, making sure to document everything for later study. It was our most successful expedition yet. Back at our shop, we spent days cataloging and cleaning our finds, preparing them for sale. And that's where you come in, dear listeners.
That's right, Sally. At O'Gary's Imports, it's our Old Empire extravaganza. And you won't believe our prices. We have SD converters. We have anti-induction modules. We have cobalt-tipped frams. We have articulated John doors for men and women. Come find us on the Agora Concourse of the Grand Souk in Arakeen.
Because at O'Gary's Imports, if you want it, we have it. And if we don't have it, we'll get it.
Thanks, Dad. Until next time, this is your faithful Badland Scout, Sally O'Gary, signing off and reminding you to always check your six. And come back next time for another episode of the Wastelander Chronicles.
We'll just keep going and push it until we can't. Come on, stop fucking glitching. This is gonna be very much right on the edge. God damn it. I just don't want to block this road, you know? Gotta be a good neighbor. Meh. Shit. Probably gonna block that road. Meh. Or build underneath it, damn it. There we go. Okay. Fuck. Fuck me. Yeah, I could probably bring it in one more. Alright, finish it, and then we'll remove the one outer layer, and I think that'll be the right size. I just gotta... Alright, let's get rid. We won't do this one last row. Keep shorten it. Oh, wait a second. What? Oh, oopsie. I deleted something I shouldn't have. Okay. This one last row here. Hydrate. Okay. Don't die. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay.
A song of two homes. I remember the spice-scented air and shadows cast by twin moons. Fleeting light, dust devils dancing on the dunes. Gold on gold, a wind that whispers, throughout empty nights. To rustle and caress the sand, the landscape shifts and sighs. Rises up and forms anew, sings a song to me. And I see our footprints, swallowed by the sandy sea.
Hell yeah. Alright.
I recall the mist of morning tides and the scent of salt upon the breeze. Gentle and soothing, waves caressing the deep and restless seas. Blue upon grey, the ceaseless call of seabirds out among the cliffs. The salt waves fall and rise,
Oh, goodness.
born now and dying, salt tears sting my eyes. How long ago it seems, and I know that our gardens blossom only in my dreams.
Come on, bitch. Good enough. Maybe this is the wrong side to tackle this from. Tackle it from the other side. Come on. Wish I could just be like, place it right here. Rotate 90 degrees, please. Rotate. Rotate. Rotate 90 degrees, please. Meh.
It's going to be another hot one today, folks. It's already 70 degrees Celsius in the shade, and the day's just started. All we can do is put one foot in front of the other and face what comes with honor and determination. This is Tolliver Camp from the heart of Arakeen, guiding you through your day.
Oh my goodness.
And now we bring you Through Their Eyes, first-hand accounts from the front lines, presented by your host, Redondo Monroe. Today, in another poignant and moving episode, we delve into the heart of a mother's sacrifice and the bravery of her son, as conveyed through their personal writings.
God, even though it's like there's no one on the freaking game right now, it's so fucking laggy.
Fiona Thorne, a devoted mother, has remained steadfast and resilient throughout the long years of conflict. Her diary reflects the unwavering morale of the Atreides families, supporting their loved ones and our fighting forces. One fateful day last year, our Special Missions cohort executed a daring raid against a Harkonnen position in the minor erg known as Three Rock Station. Sergeant Eric Thorne, a highly trained member of the elite strike force known as Gurney's Own, was part of that operation.
Another sleepless night. The sound of the wind reminds me of the distant echoes of battle. I can't help but think of my son, out there in the desert, fighting for our beloved Duke. I've heard rumors that Eric was involved in the incursion at Three Rock Station, and that the confrontation became very bloody. But still, he writes that his spirits
God, it's
remain
all the
high.
rendering of other people's bases.
I pray for his safety and the swift end of this bloodshed.
In his letters sent from his unit, as Gurney's Own are deployed wherever the need is greatest, Eric expresses both resolve and an unwavering commitment to our cause.
Mother, the Harkonnens fight viciously, but our intelligence is sound, and we are able to hit them at their weakest. It's hard to remember the peace and serene beauty of our beloved Caladan when all you see is sand and blood. The soldiers in my unit are strong and determined, and I draw strength from their courage. I miss you and home dearly, but I know our struggle is just.
After the fierce fighting at Three Rock Station, Eric's unit was redeployed to the Western Reach, striking against Harkonnen spice crews in the deep desert. Through sheer determination, a critical position was taken, but at great cost.
The news I hear about Eric's unit is grim.
Oh my God,
Many
please.
lives lost, including some of Eric's closest friends. My heart aches for him, and for all the families grieving tonight.
Mother, I feel that our small unit is a valuable resource in this war of assassins, but we've lost many good men. My dear friends, it's hard to keep faith when you see so much death. The Harkonnens are brutal and show no mercy, Mother. They burned our wounded alive. I've seen them torture our captives in ways I can hardly describe. But I remember what you always said about our duty to the Duke, about honor and courage. I try to live by those words, even when everything seems lost.
As the confrontations along the demarcation lines grew fiercer, Gurney's Own succeeded in breaking the Harkonnen supply lines, but in many of the missions, they suffered heavy casualties.
News has reached us of another successful operation. But Eric's last letter spoke of horrors I can barely fathom. I am hoping now, beyond hope, that his unit will be given reprieve, and that my son will be returned to me.
But destiny willed it otherwise, and Gurney's Own were deployed once again to undermine Harkonnen positions near the shield wall. From the mission camp, Eric writes,
Dear Mother, I don't know when I'll be able to write again. The Harkonnen positions are strong, and however careful our planning, we are sure to sustain grave losses. But still, none of us hesitates. We fight for House Atreides, for our people. Though I must confess, even the glory of Three Rock Station feels hollow amidst the bloodshed I now have witnessed. I must tell you, Atreides operatives too have been driven to acts I thought unimaginable. And we do what we must to secure victory, but I wonder at the cost to our souls. I miss you. I fear I may never see you again.
Later that same month, It was reported that Sergeant Eric Thorne was declared missing in action during a clandestine raid. His mother's heartache reminds us of the ultimate sacrifice made by so many.
Eric is missing. My son, my brave boy, lost to this endless war. I am proud of him, of his courage and his honor. But I cannot help the bitterness that fills my heart. We give so much. And for what? What good is the... and the when the endless sands of Arrakis swallow our children whole?
Fiona Thorne's sacrifice is a testament to the strength and resilience of House Atreides. Let us honor her and all those who endure the trials of this war, as we strive for a future where their sacrifices are not in vain.
You have listened to another episode of Through Their Eyes, first-hand accounts from the front lines, presented by your host, Redondo Monroe.
That might not work out in the long run, but we'll see once I get higher. I might have to keep it simple. Come on.
And now, we journey to the front lines with another episode of The Young Guardians, as we follow 3 young cadets on their journeys to glory. And now, The Young Guardians continues. A captivating saga of bravery, loyalty, and sacrifice.
When we last left our 3 young House Atreides aspirants, they had received their orders to join the War of Assassins on Arrakis. After crossing the known universe on a guild highliner, our heroes are briefed on what awaits them in the desert sands below.
Now, you must think of the planet's surface as you would any environment hostile to human life. Because make no mistake, troopers, while you're there, while there's oxygen to breathe and the atmosphere won't kill you outright, everything else will. Your destination is Helios Gate, a bastion-class fortress overlooking the northern frontier. You'll be reinforcing 3 Company of the 5th Rapid Deployment Cohort. Captain Amstrad and the Fighting 5th have repelled no less than 23 direct enemy actions in the last standard quarter. That means you'll be relieving some tired and haggard troops. And, just remember why you're here and who you're fighting for. That's right, for the Duke.
As our 3 young guardians cross the gangway to their dropship, certain nerves and anxieties come boiling to the surface.
Taran, are you okay?
Whoa, you just missed a trooper on the lower gangway. You didn't even notice.
Gross.
Yeah, I'm okay. Oh, I think that slig chowder isn't sitting too well.
It's okay to be nervous, Taran. I'm bloody terrified. Although I'm not sure if I'm more afraid of the Harkonnen or the planet itself.
Both are horrible. But my greatest fear is failure and letting my family down.
That's hogwash. You've already lived up to your family name.
We were top of our class at the war gym. Our names are inscribed on the Great Pillar.
After Aiden and his crew were disqualified.
And summarily executed.
But I have so much pressure on me to perform. You peons can't possibly understand what it's like to be not familiar. To live under a microscope with 1,000 rules for every little thing. Sometimes I'm jealous of the freedom you guys have.
Freedom to toil for every waking hour.
Or freedom to starve when the crop yield is low.
What about freedom to be beaten if we bump into one of our betters?
You know what I mean. I'm sorry, guys.
God damn it.
I'm just worried about our deployment.
Worried about what?
My brother says Helios Gate is outdated and of limited strategic value.
So?
Well, you heard the commander. 23 direct enemy actions in the last standard quarter. Is it really worth the risk?
I thought you wanted to prove yourself, Golden Boy.
Life must be so hard as a noble.
Okay. I'm an ass. Lay off me.
Look, we just need to stick together and remember our training.
And who knows? These things ebb and flow. We may not even see any action for quite some time.
As their dropship navigated the flak-filled descent corridor, our 3 guardians could see the action unfolding below.
Get up, Bastardoon! We are coming in hot! We are entering a live combat zone! Do not, repeat, do not linger at the dropship once we are touched down! We need marksmen to observation decks, and the rest of you, reinforcing access points. Helios Gate must hold.
Taran, Lyra, and Amon are deployed to different positions around the Helios Gate fortress. Taran is stationed at the main gate, ready to repel all comers, while Lyra is perched on an observation deck with scope and las rifle.
They're trying to cut the gate solenoids. We need a marksman tasked on the front gate.
I got you, trooper. Cutter, team down.
Meanwhile, Amon and his team of Suspensor-born skirmishers streak across the sky through a fusillade of lasgun fire.
Land behind them! Land behind them! On my position! Textbook flanking maneuver.
The battle raged on as the numerically superior Harkonnen forces pressed their advantage. But while the defenders of Helios Gate were outgunned and outnumbered, their fighting spirit remained unbroken.
We're not going to be able to hold the gate for much longer. Can I get another marksman tasking for the front gate?
Negative, Trooper. We've got all guns keeping their ornithopters at bay. Look out, Burrow!
Oh, come on, come on.
That squashed some hearts. As day turns to night, the Harkonnen forces prepare for a final desperate assault. The defenders, exhausted but resolute, ready themselves once again for the coming battle.
This is it, troopers!
Stop!
Stands tall
I hate
once
this
again!
fucking...
We have gunships coming in on an assault vector from Para East. We just need to hang on until they get here. For the Duke!
In the thick of the battle, Terran continues to defend the front gate. His strength and determination an inspiration to those around him.
They're trying to break through the old-fashioned way.
Lyra's precision fire thins the ranks of the oncoming enemy as Amon is redeployed to the battlements.
Ah! I've been hit! The front gate isn't gonna hold!
Terran finds himself in a perilous situation. He is injured, and the position he holds is about to be overrun by the enemy. Lyra, from her vantage point, sees Terran's predicament and desperately tries to provide cover fire.
Hold on, Trooper. I'm trying to cover you. Oh, there's just too damn many.
But then, just as hope seems lost, Amon streaks, Suspensor-born, across the sky and fights his way to his fellow young guardian.
Come on, Terran, let's move! It's too late. The gate won't hold. We're gonna be overrun.
Are you sure about that, Terran? So much for the Hark front line. That's it. They're falling back. And they're broken.
When the smoke clears, the casualties on both sides are many. But in the end, the Harkonnen forces are repelled,
shit.
and the defenders of Helios Gate stand tall. But at what cost?
You've done your Duke proud this day, troopers. Helios Gate stands because of your bravery.
We did it. We really did it.
23 confirmed kills. I'm told that's a fortress record for newbies.
And this is just the beginning. Now they know what we're capable of.
For House Atreides, and for each other, we'll face all comers together.
And so, the siege of Helios Gate comes to an end, marking the first of many trials our young guardians will face. Their journey of honor and courage has truly begun.
Join us next time on The Young Guardians as our heroes continue their journey, facing new challenges as they uphold the legacy of House Atreides. Until then, remember, honor and loyalty are the true marks of a warrior. is Tolliver Cam, your faithful Communinet crier, spreading the word of the Duke and reminding you it will get better. War is hell, but our cause is just, and there's no other possible outcome than total victory.
Oh my goodness.
Into the jaws of death. One more June. One more June. One more June onward. Into the desert storm flew the brave soldiers. Forward the shield brigade! The las guns must down, he said. Into the desert storm flew the brave soldiers.
Jesus, dude.
Forward the shield brigade! No one to hesitate, despite their reckless hate. Harkonnen, villainy. The troops not to ask what's right. They carry our sacred light, theirs, but to stand and fight. Into the desert storm blew the brave soldiers. Las guns to right of them. Las guns to left of them. Las guns in front of them. Lightning and fire beam, forward to final breath. Boldly they flew, and well, into the jaws of death. Into the mouth of hell.
I guess I'll just never be able to look northeast.
Soldiers. Flashed all their crisp knives bare.
Jesus.
Flashed as they turned in air, slicing the gunners there, charging an army, while Arrakis all wondered. Plunged in the battle smoke, right through the line they broke. Harkonnen and Sardaukar reeled from the crisp knife stroke, shattered and sundered. Then they flew back, but not all of the soldiers. Las guns to right of them, las guns to left of them, las guns behind them. Lightning and fire beam forward to final breath. They that had fought so well came through the jaws of death. Back from the mouth of hell, all that was left of them, left of the soldiers. Ne'er will their glory fade. Oh, the wild charge they made. Atreides, in debt to them, honor the charge they made. Honor the shield brigade. Oh, noble soldiers.
Not sure. Oh my god, you fucking piece of shit. Oh God. How does it render if I look northeast down here? Barely. Okay, so maybe once I complete the walls, it won't be as bad. Fucking Twitch is so bad at running. Jesus, incompetent.
It's the Wastelander Chronicles, brought to you by O'Gary's Imports. O'Gary's Imports. If you want it, we have it. And if we don't have it, we'll get it. Join us now as we journey to the blistering sands of Arrakis, where we follow the adventures of the O'Gary clan, a pioneering family of salvage experts, as they scour war-torn battlefields and crash sites to discover their next great haul.
Hey there, everyone! Welcome back to the Wastelander Chronicles. I'm your Badlands Scout, Sally O'Gary, back with another wild adventure from the Wastelander Chronicles. Today's story is a real nail-biter. We were out in the Haga Basin, tracking an off-course freighter when we had the most incredible and terrifying encounter. Let me tell you all about it.
Forgot about that.
We were cruising along in Clovis.
I haven't decided if I want to keep that open or close it.
It was supposed to be a routine trip, nothing special. But then, out of nowhere, a rock slide showered down from above and blocked our way. And when the sand and dust settled, we were surrounded. Over a dozen of the fearsome desert warriors, known as the Fremen, materialized from the gloom. At least we thought they were Fremen, but their faces were hidden behind weird iron helmets. The Fremen or no, these guys were all business. The one with the biggest helmet stepped forward. He seemed to be in charge and didn't waste any time accusing us of trespassing on Masquerade territory.
Masquerade? I've heard of these clowns.
Maybe not a good time for name-calling, hon.
We tried to explain that we were just friendly explorers, but they weren't having any of it. The one in the big helmet said we were infidels, defiling the electric worm's domain. Whatever the heck that meant.
A cargo cult. Fremen wannabes. Dude Shaz warned me about them.
When were you talking to Dude Shaz?
Not now.
Well, was he talking to you, or were you talking to him?
Here we go.
I'm just asking. Don't I have a right to know why my wife is always chatting up the handsome sheriff?
He gives good intel.
Is that what you call it?
By that point, I guess Big Helmet had enough of Mom and Dad's bickering, because he got real mad and ordered us buried up to our necks in the sand. But just as they were gonna drop us into chin-deep pits, something incredible happened. The Masquerade started yelling about something they call Shai Hulud and lit out of there like their tails were on fire. Turns out, Shai Hulud is the local name for the big sandworms. Well, I don't have to tell you what happened next. The ground started rumbling and rumbling like never before. I swear it must have been one of those super granddaddy sandworms you hear about living in the deepest desert. I figured it must have took a wrong turn at the shield wall and ended up on our heels. But I'll tell you what, when it comes to worms, Mom and Dad know their business and led us to safety on a rock island with practiced precision. When the dust settled, the worm was gone and there was no sign of the Masquerade. Or was there?
I've got their trail. Good job, son. Follow it.
And why are we following it again?
They threatened my babies.
The trail led to a depression in the rocks where the Masquerade had made camp. They posted guards, but they were no match for us. The best part
Okay,
is,
so I think
after we
one
killed them
floor
all,
for
I
living
found an old
space, and
handwritten
then
map,
the
tucked
rest
in
will
the
go
big
towards a
helmet's
hangar
boot.
for my...
It smelled like
Well, the
farts and
living
old
space
shoes,
could also have
but
the
I
hangar
slipped it
for
in
my
bag
scout.
anyhow. I know, stealing
At least
isn't
the
right.
scout.
But Dad always says that if they're dead, then it really isn't stealing. Anyhow, we took the helmets and left their gross corpses to the scavengers before finding our way back to Clovis. As we headed back home, I couldn't wait to show Mom and Dad the map. It could be the start of our next big adventure. Back at our shop, we spent days spit shining the helmets to a mirror polish as we get them ready for you, dear listeners.
That's right, Sally. At O'Gary's Imports, it's Masquerade Mask Mayhem, and we won't be undersold. We have big helmets, we have ugly helmets, we have big and ugly helmets. Come find us on the Agora Concourse of the Grand Souk in Arakeen, because at O'Gary's Imports, if you want it, we have it. And if we don't have it, we'll get it.
Thanks, Dad. Until next time, this is your faithful Badland Scout, Sally O'Gary, signing off and reminding you to always check your sticks. And come back next time for another episode of the Wastelander Chronicles.
How about that, folks? The deep desert holds more than just spice and sand. It holds stories of resilience, of daring, and of discovery.
Okay, come on. There we go. Oh my goodness.
Remnants of glory, echoes of valor, whispers on the wind, calling the names of the fallen. Brave souls, now but shadows in the dunes. The remnants of glory. Desert silence, broken by memory. Sand beneath our feet, shifting with each sacrifice. Lives given to the cause. The remnants of glory. Era of valor, of gallant deeds, echoes in the annals of history. History, written in blood and sweat. The remnants of glory. In the silence, we remember names and faces faded. Faded but not forgotten, their legacy a flame undying. Glory may fade, but honor remains. The guiding star, eternal, the remnants of glory. In the stillness, whispers linger, ghosts of battles fought. Won or lost, but not forgotten, their echoes. Echoes of valor.
God damn. Ah. F. That's it. Hmm.
Welcome, noble listeners of House Atreides, to another poignant episode of Through Their Eyes. Today, we bring you the story of Sergeant Creel, a decorated member of the 2nd Deep Desert Expeditionary Force who has faced the horrors of war firsthand. As we delve into his experiences, we honor the bravery and sacrifices of our troops.
Sergeant Creel, thank you for joining us today. Can you start by telling us about your involvement in the operation at Dejumwadi?
Of course, we're operational in the deep desert, so when scouting came back with reports of a Hark emplacement at Dejumwadi, well, that was a serious provocation.
What happened at Dejumwadi?
Like I said, we own the deep desert, so when word got back to us of a Harkonnen bastion being raised, our commanders knew what to do. 7 different cohorts, including the 5th Mesa Infantry and Gurney Zone, were simultaneously deployed in a coordinated attack. The whole operation was brutal. The Hark defenders much more vicious than we were used to.
And yet, you and your fellow soldiers managed to execute the mission with surgical precision. Can you share a specific moment from that operation that stands out in your memory?
There was this one moment, I guess. The Hark Bastion was still only half built, and we'd taken out a group of engineers, but we were spotted by a fortified lasgun position from the finished part of the bastion and pinned down. They were really tearing us apart. But somehow, we managed to get behind them through the half-built works. I remember crawling through the blood-stained sand and rubble. The smell of death and fried ozone thick on the air. When we finally took out that position, at least, it felt like a small victory in this ceaseless ocean of despair.
Your bravery is truly inspiring. As the operation continued, what kept you and your fellow soldiers going?
Duty, honor, the things they drill into you from day one. The example set by the fearless men of Gurney's Own. But honestly, in the end, it's all about the man next to you. It's him you fight for, to keep him alive. It wasn't about grand ideals anymore. It was about survival.
House Atreides prides itself on its moral high ground and honorable conduct. How did the principles of Canley and the Great Convention hold up under the extreme conditions of battle?
Canley? That's for fancy folks with sashes and pressed uniforms. For us, the reality of war changes people. These missions...
Oh my goodness.
You do things that you never thought you would. I remember one night, after we took out a Hark listening station, seeing my comrades picking through the carnage off of Harkonnen survivors. They seemed different somehow. As if the brutality of the war had drained all humanity out of them. I even remember...
Sergeant Creel, it's clear that the emotional toll is heavy. Perhaps we can focus more on the moments of camaraderie and hope that you experienced during these dark times.
What? Well, yeah, I mean, there are moments, sure, but... like between missions, people share stories, laugh about the little things. Anything to keep the darkness at bay. But those moments are fleeting. The reality of what we have to do is always there, lurking in the background.
And during the shield wall operation, what was the state of your unit at that point?
It was pretty chaotic. At that point, we were exhausted, just barely holding on. More than half the unit was replacements by then. Young, inexperienced kids, really. Just hanging on by the skin of their teeth. And the Harkonnens had good intel. They somehow knew about most of our operations beforehand. I lost more friends in those days than I can count. I mean, we were just trying to stay alive, you know? Mission by mission, but... really... what was the point of it all?
Sergeant Creel, I'm sure at least you find some solace in knowing that your courage and sacrifice will never be forgotten. Can you share with us the impact your involvement in these operations has had on you personally?
I mostly just remember the faces, the screams, the loss. I mean, I try to recall the good we did, the successes and the victories, but it's hard. So damn hard.
Your service and dedication to House Atreides are deeply appreciated. We thank you for sharing your story with us.
Yeah, thank you. I just hope it was worth it.
And that concludes our interview with Sergeant Creel. His story is a stark reminder of the sacrifices made by our brave Special Forces. Let us honor their sacrifices and strive for a future where this can finally end and the Harkonnens are eradicated from all of Arrakis.
You have listened to another episode of Through Their Eyes, first-hand accounts from the front lines, presented by your host, Redondo Monroe.
Not quite sure what to do at this point.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Oh.
In twilight's glow where shadows meet, a warrior stands on weary feet. His sword, once bright, now dulled with strife, reflects the toll of countless lives. Oh, fate, you've carved this path of pain, through deserts vast, through blood and rain. Yet honor binds my heart tonight.
Oh,
for
goodness,
House
please.
Atreides, I still fight. Remember those who fell in fields, whose courage were their only shields. Their names engraved in stars above, their deeds the legacy of love. In silence, now I take my leave, for battles end, and souls must grieve. But know this truth, my comrades dear, in every heart we still stand near. O house of just and noble name, we've lit the stars with honor's flame. And though my journey's end is near, House Atreides, shed no tear. For in the halls where heroes rest, where valor shines, where hearts are blessed, we'll meet again in timeless peace, where all our pains and trials cease. In twilight's glow where shadows meet, a warrior stands on weary feet. His sword once bright, now dulled with strife, reflects the toll of countless lives. Oh, fate, you've carved this path of pain, through deserts vast, through blood and rain.
Oh my
Yet
God,
honor binds
come
my heart
on,
tonight.
man.
For House Atreides, I still fight. Remember those who fell in fields, whose courage were their only shields. Their names engraved in stars above, their deeds the legacy of love. In silence, now I take my leave, for battles end, and souls must grieve. But know this truth, my comrades dear, in every heart we still stand near. O house of just and noble name, we've lit the stars with honor's flame. And though my journey's end is near, House Atreides, shed no tear. For in the halls where heroes rest, where valor shines, where hearts are blessed, we'll meet again in timeless peace, where all our pains and trials cease. Powerful words that remind us of the courage and resolve that lives in every Atreides heart.
Oh my goodness gracious. Alright, we're gonna do the difficult part first. Freaking render shit.
The heart of Rendavo. Rendavo's father was a sergeant, old and bent and grey. He served the Duke in '88, back in a bygone day. He lived out in the desert and scraped his meager fare, with children 9 around him and Ren, the youngest there. The older siblings learnt some sense, but Ren was left without. He was tall, but short on wisdom, and grew up broad and stout. Pious, cheerful, willing, yet he seldom did things right. "What will become of you, poor boy?" his father asked each night. And finally, Ren answered, "A soldier, sword in hand. If all else fails, at least I can still die for Duke and land." Ren packed his bag and went to join the brave Atreides troop. Strong and fit, and healthy too, he was welcomed in the group. But when he had to master drills and learn the skills of war, the sergeant screamed and laughed and screamed still more. For when ordered to turn left, Ren would quickly turn to right, and told to shoulder arms instead, he charged with all his might. Ren Darvo's drills and troubles became a well-known tale. Even famous Duncan Idaho would smile at his travail. And when at last Ren's unit was ordered off to war, the officers debated, was he suited for that chore? But Ren just let them argue. He stood there, broad and straight. If with the others I can't go, I'll go alone. Just wait. He took his sword and backpack and marched out with the rest. At camp he was their servant, fulfilling each request. But when the battles raged, he was ordered to stand back. He didn't understand when to take cover or attack. Duncan Idaho was on the run, Harkonnens in his tracks. He passed Ren Darvo's unit, shouting, "Boys, you watch our backs. Don't let the devils through the gorge, or all of us are lost. Guard it until we regroup. Keep it safe at any cost." A small detachment, made up but of barely 20 men, got there in time to make their stand. Along with them came Ren. The Harkonnen fell on them hard, their lasguns raining death. And 7 brave Atreides men gave up their costly breath. The same disastrous fate would soon befall all those who'd stay. So when ordered to retreat, they all retreated straight away. All but one, who stayed to fight and charged the foes instead. Ren couldn't get the notion of flight through his stubborn head. He just stood there, broad and strong, and ready now to teach a lesson to each Harkonnen who came within his reach. At the choke point in the gully, they all each took a turn, but without lasgun cover. One by one, were forced to learn. They charged at Ren, but each who came was fought and bested all the same. None could beat him at this game, for Atreides' honor, house, and name. Duncan Idaho had rallied all the troops that still were hale. He shouted, "Hold out, my brave lad, we're coming, do not fail." He told all who would hear him, watch a true Atreides fight. "Hurry, boys, come to his aid, he has saved us all tonight." Against that fearsome counterstrike, no Harkonnen could hold. They faltered, failed, and turned their backs, a rare sight to behold. Their faces pale, their weapons dropped behind them as they ran. And Duncan looked around and asked, "Where is that fearless man? He who held the gully until we could all return, that hero of the desert. His name I must needs learn." "He has fallen," said the sergeant, his head bowed down in shame. "He lies there dead upon the sand. Ren Darvo was his name." "I remember him," said Idaho, of Ren who'd seemed to rest, but for the blood that stained the shirt across his mighty chest. "That lasgun knew just where to strike, as plainly you can see," said Idaho to those around. "Yes, it knew more than we. It shunned his brow. 'Twas weak and poor, that much all of us knew. But found instead what better was his heart, forever true." The word spread quick among all those who had survived the fight. And every soldier did agree Duncan Idaho was right. Rendavo was no thinker. His mind slow, truth be told. His head, they said, was thick as wood, but his heart was made of gold.
Oh my goodness. Man. All right. I'm still getting tired of that. Bucket. Alright. Oh, I scratched that back. Ah, shit. Ah. There we go. Ah. Ah. Damn thing just an auto correct. And replace it. Trying to build like my manufacturing, fuel, and storage. I know at some point when it comes to manufacturing, I'm gonna need like a lot of vertical. But I probably could just put that all spice refinery right here. Alright, this will be the assault hangar. God damn it. Thank you. Smooth. Just run off. And that's how I'll drop stuff off for my assault ornithopter. Come on. Alright, I'll be right back. I need to use the restroom. Get somewhere that's water sealed. Alright. Alright.
Launching his own investigation. And among the crew, one name quickly rose to the surface. Deckhand Rico Ma. After an anonymous report, Rico had been investigated for skimming unprocessed spice, an offense that led to a heated confrontation with Crew Chief Thorne. Tell me, Tessa, how did you come to be in the crew lounge when Thorne and Rico came to blows?
It was Captain Noah's Oath Day. I was passing through the lounge on my way to pick up the cake.
And what did you see when you got there?
Thorne and Rico going at it. Well, there was a lot of yelling at first, but it got physical quick. I mean, Rico was a big guy, but Thorne knew how to fight and laid a beating on Rico. We separated them before it got too bad, but you can see for yourself. The holocam caught the last part.
You think you can humiliate me like this? I'll be shitting teeth for a month.
Count yourself lucky, thief. In the old days, they would have fed you to the mechanical separator.
I have no bloody idea how that got there. I've never seen that before.
The incident had been diffused, for the time being. But the tension between Thorne and Rico was palpable. Was it enough to drive Rico Ma to murder? That's what I was working to find out.
I was shift supervisor in Chief Thorne's next rotation.
And how would you characterize Thorne's state of mind?
Thorne was worried. He didn't report the fight with Rico straight away, which is weird for such a straight arrow.
What happened next?
We don't know all the details, but holocam coverage tracked Rico to Thorne's cabin later the same night. And there was some kind of second altercation.
Did Rico have an alibi for the time of Thorne's disappearance?
No, he didn't. He claimed he was in his quarters the whole time. But the storm front had closed in and we were running dark. There was no way to confirm his location with the holocams.
So, with suspicions mounting against the deckhand, Captain Noah ordered Rico Ma to the brig.
And what we found next raised even more questions.
What am I looking at?
That's a mnemonic film wire containing a coded message to Thorne.
I knew exactly what it was, but I wanted to learn what the shift supervisor knew.
Far as we could tell, the code was based on old cipher used by Atreides signal intelligence.
The plot was thickening. Why was Thorne receiving secret messages from the Atreides? And why was that message in Rico's possession? I hadn't decided yet whether Rico was lying or not, but it seemed the crew had made up their minds.
That's in there. Just give us 5 minutes with our good friend Rico. We promise to be nice. You there? Just burn now.
Communications specialist Jeb Dolan was tasked with deciphering the secret message, and I tried to impress upon him the importance of doing a quick but thorough job. What started as a murder was rapidly becoming something else, and I had to get to the bottom of it quickly. The Spice Miners Guild had a mandate to remain neutral in the ongoing war of assassins, and had successfully done so. Thus far, or had we?
Join us again next time, as new secrets are revealed, and we dive deeper into the enigmatic death of Crew Chief Jarek Thorne. But until then, stay vigilant and watch the sands, until death on the Titan returns.
The warriors farewell. In twilight's glow, where shadows meet, a warrior stands on weary feet.
That was The Mantra, brought to you by the Halil Trading Company, exclusively on the Harkonnen network. Stay tuned for more exciting content. Harkonnen, we are Arrakis.
You are listening to frequency 152.6, the voice of House Harkonnen. We are Arrakis. Now witness as the dark and tangled truths of House Atreides are revealed by the Convert.
Greetings, Truth Seeker. I am the Convert. Once a high-ranking advisor to the Atreides regime, I have since escaped and live under the protection of our good Baron. I cannot divulge my name out of fear for my dear ones still trapped in House Atreides. I am not here to tell you what to think. I only offer you questions. The right questions. Questions that are keys you might use to unlock your own truth. Today's question: how did we get here? Why here? Why now? Why this chaos? Why this war of assassins? Why all of our lives disrupted and endangered by this conflict? Dear listener, in asking why, do not forget the how. How, pray tell, did the Atreides malefactors suddenly usurp another's fiefdom? What manipulations and treachery must they have performed in the Landsraad to acquire Arrakis? And why step into such a contentious situation in the first place? I wonder. What blasphemous secrets must there be on Caladan? Why must the rogue Duke ensure that all eyes look elsewhere? Look to Dune? What are they hiding in this fog of war? Follow these questions to their ultimate conclusion, dear listener, and you may just find your truth.
Come on. Ah, shit. I thought I was about to die. music sucks in this game. I don't have enough plastone anymore. Holy shit. Alright, I finally ran out. What I could do is I could get rid of these walls, put a normal wall there, and then extend that. Yeah, I'll probably do that later. I'll have to reorganize this where things are stored. I hear a storm coming.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
should have used a triangle floor at the start there. Fucking disappeared to the shadow realm, man. Okay, now I can do squares. Come on. There we go. That's what I want to see. Okay. I knew I used a little too much steel up there. Course. I'm gonna need fuel soon. Well, let's put a body in and get ready for the server to go down. Honestly, I don't want to get screwed over by this server thing, so even though it's poor due harvest time, I'm gonna take it. I don't want to fill it up just because it's gonna mess up the bodies. Alright. Well, I think I'm gonna call... Yeah, the 5 a.m. recess. Oh, just because I needed only like 1 or 2. So I just filled them up right there. I think I'm gonna... I don't know, how long does the server reset usually last? Doom Waking... $10-15 minutes. Okay. So... No, I don't have early access to Arc Raiders. I'm just waiting for that day to actually come out. What I was thinking, though, is that I will probably end stream, get some food, and then start up another stream just because, fuck it. It's only like 6 a.m. It'll be fine. So, probably see you in 20-30 minutes.